Hello everyone, it's Shanna. I'm so glad you stopped by my channel. Today I'm going to be working with a couple of elements from my Be Happy kit that I got from Simon Says Stamp. The elements that I'm going to be working with is the stamp set, which is called Be Happy. And I'm working with the big B and the little b is what I'm going to be working with. I actually did a panel last night in which I used my stamping block and I just put my big B and my little b on there, took some black paper and white embossed a panel so that I could get just a whole bunch of bees on a black panel. And then I'm also going to use my embossing folder, which is the crisscross floral embossing folder. So what I did the other night was I just created a big black A2 size panel with the bees in the black and the white. And I had an A2 size and I cut it down because I didn't have perfect stamping or even really great stamping all over it. I used a clear stamp pad and then a white embossing powder is what I used. But I thought that this panel was sufficient enough that I could use it for my card. So I did a bunch of prep in advance in the effort to try and save some time on the video. Sometimes these videos of mine get long and I try to be mindful of that. So what I did was I already cut and scored my A2 panel, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is Hammermill 110-pound cardstock. And then I also brought in some more of this black paper, which is just some I think I picked up at Michael's. And I used an A2 Matting Basics from Spellbinders die, and it'll just give me a nice little white edge around here. So I'm going to go ahead and get it laid down. So I'm having fun playing with this kit, trying to do a real variety of things so that my card, I have some different types of cards so that they don't all look the same, however, using the same kit. I also did make, in a previous video, I actually made a picture frame, a framed picture with the kit material. So if you haven't seen that one, I'll try to link it in the description box below so that you can see that. So I've just got this panel laid down, and then I'm going to bring in a white panel that I've already used the embossing folder to emboss. And I love this embossing folder. It is just so sweet. And I think I'm just going to glue it down because I'm going to do some popping up on some other things. And my glue is really wanting to come out slow. I'll tell you what, for this I'm just going to use my tape runner since my glue is kind of coming up slow. Oh my goodness, and I've got my windows open, so what you're hearing is a tank that is releasing pressure, if you heard that. But it's such a beautiful evening. I've got my windows open again. I'm hesitant to even say that with all the weather that we've been having across the country, but we actually have had some relief from the heat. So I really feel for all those people in Florida and Georgia and the Carolinas that are having to deal with that. My sister lives down there, and I'm thankful her area. Last I heard, she'd not lost any power and didn't have any problems. She's more in the, I guess it would be the Tampa Bay type areas where she is. So on this one, I think I am going to go ahead and pop it up. So just getting some of this tape laid down. And I like, I guess I have a tendency to lean toward black and white cards. If you saw some of my Christmas cards, which I'll link, that I did in July, Christmas in July cards, I'll link it in the description box below as well so you can check it out. I did some black and white cards for that, so I'll try to link that video up as well. So I'm just going to center this. I know that's kind of expected, but I'm just going to do that. And then I'm going to bring in, I was thinking to myself that this image here didn't stamp very well. So I took a piece of the panel that I thought stamped a little better, and I used the foam stickers that you get from the scrapbook adhesive that came in the kit. So I'm going to take this little bee that I think embossed a little bit better than the one that's on there, and just kind of layer that over it just to kind of give some dimension, and it's stamped a little bit better than that. And then let's see, I also stamped another one. I'm bringing in another one that's stamped, and I actually have got my foam pieces on the back of it, and I put too many on, so I'm tearing them off. So basically I've got this foam piece here, and I'm going to put some glue here, and I may have to layer those. I may have to double that up because that's a little bit thicker than what one of them would be. So I'm going to just double that up on the back so that it'll lay flat. And then I'm going to put some glue, maybe, on this side of it. If I get my glue to come out. There we go. I don't know, it seems to be clogged up. Okay. And my goal is to just line this one up with this one, because I think it's stamped a little bit better, and just have it hanging off the panel. And I think that looks good. Now I'm going to bring in a couple of other things as well. I am bringing in, I'm going to use the thank you die. Oh, here it is. I had it laying right there. So the kit materials say that you get the hello die, the little sheet that comes with the kit. And I thought I was given the wrong die and actually emailed them, but I guess you could get the thanks die or the hello die. I was looking forward to the hello die, but I got the thanks die. And so that's what I'll be using on this card. And so you have the shadow layer, which I used some more of the black paper, and I actually doubled it up. You can see where I had embossed. I did a couple, 2 or 3 panels when I was practicing with it. The stamp was new, and it didn't stamp real well at first, so I just kept trying. And then I've got some of these layered up, but I was going to bring in one more layer and just glue it up and get it on there. But if my glue doesn't work any better than it has, I might have some trouble with that. Let's just clean it up. There we go. Okay, so I thought I'd just add my final layer on this. It's coming out now. Now that I just need the finest amount, it's coming out. So we'll just glue it up. Now I was able to get a ride in this evening. I got about, I think it was just over 5 miles, and I was averaging a speed of, I guess, 10.5 miles per hour. So I was glad to get that done. I had praise team practice earlier, and then when that got done, I quick hopped on the bike and got the ride in so that I could get it done. I'm thinking, with it being the long holiday weekend and the plans that we have for the weekend, I'm probably not going to get a lot of riding in. So I'm trying to get it done during the week. As much as I sometimes want to just say, no, I'm not going to do it, I want to get it done. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I need to line up a little bit more here, I think. Okay, now I'm just going to add my die, or my glue to the back, and lay my die down on my shadow. So this, actually this is a real good thick thanks, because I've used my hammer mill. And I've got now 4 layers on here. So I've got 4 layers of the white and 2 layers of the black. So this is a good, solid sentiment. It is very thick. Oops. Oh, I'm going to have to clean up some glue off of that. Let's see if I can clean it up a little bit. It moved on me. Do you guys ever have that happen? Oh, it just bothers me. You try to do it so perfectly, and then it moves a little bit on you. And then my plan is to lay it on here. I'm just figuring out where I'm going to put it. And I think I'm going to bring in just a small piece of some foam for the T, because I think it's going to hang off the edge and I want it to be balanced. So I'm just going to bring that in there, and we'll have some foam on there, and then we'll get some glue on the rest of it. You can see I don't waste my paper, so that was the scrap that I hadn't done so well with my embossing, and so I used it for the back of that shadow for my sentiment. Okay, just doing some cleanup. Now I have one more little thing, and I don't know if you like black and white cards, but I had another scrap where I had this little tiny bee left, and I thought I would, since I have that bee and this bee, then we'll have 3. So I thought I would just put a little piece of this on there, and I thought I would put him up here at the top of the card. And that finishes off our card. So I hope you like it. If you do, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.